Good evening and welcome to Gunner Shot. This video is about an interaction I had with Hojo Minoru on the question, will China invade Taiwan? Uh, Hojo Minoru is a reporter with GG.com, which is a news service of Japan. But I'll come to that a little later and give you the background of this whole story. I had written an article about the 6 incapabilities of PLA in Eurasian times. Hojo Minoru read this article and he corresponded with me and said, General, you're pretty clear and concise about what you've written. And I feel you're largely right. That took me by surprise. And then he started interacting with me. He gave me an email and then he introduced himself. Then I realized Hojo Minoru is a journalist with about 28 years' experience, out of which he has spent over 6 years in China. The last stint ended in 2021. And he had a fair idea about the PLA and the Taiwan situation. And being from Japan, he was very curious to know why and how I had written all these articles. Then, of course, I did put across to him that uh, I had done a similar video with P. Gurus and Mr. Shreya here on China's blunt military. And at that point of time, I had only highlighted 5 incapabilities. Right. Now, just to give you a background about GG.com, GG.com is one of the news services in Japan, like our ANI or Reuters or something like that. And they put out a lot of content and they generate a lot of content. And Hojo is one of them who generates a lot of content. And what he's told me is that this interview, which you're going to see, he is doing it just on the eve of the National People's Congress, which is going to take off on Monday, and then he's going to convert it into Japanese and put it across in Japan. He's going to give me a link, and I'll get it translated and I'll publish it on my blog. But I thought, let me put across to all of you the actual interview I had. And to just to give you an idea, this is the corporate profile of gg.com. Could go and see. And in this it says they've got extensive links with AP and Reuters and all that. And of course, the 6 incapabilities of PLA which I spoke was about the new soldiers, their new leaders, their new equipment, their new roles, their new organizations and new battlefields. I didn't explain it in these many words in this video. He kept asking me questions, including uh, our equation with China and how we rate China from an Indian viewpoint. Have a look at the video, and I'll be more than interested in getting some feedback from all of you.
My first question is, why did you write an article of December last year about 6 incapabilities of the PLA? You used to be a Indian general. Well, I was
Yes.
a little bit surprised to know, you know really lots of things about the PLA, their
Yeah.
incomings.
Yes. For us, uh, we have two adversaries, Pakistan and China,
Yes.
right? And India has had wars with them from long. And as an Indian Army officer, I joined the army in 1977. Okay. And
Yeah.
from 1977 till 2016, I served 39 years in the army
Mm.
and I retired as a general. And I have served along the complete border with China and Pakistan. And for us, these are our two main adversaries. Whereas initially, Pakistan was our main problem. But with the rise of China and with the rise of India together, today China is our main problem. And we have had a lot of problems on our border with China over the past 4 5 years. Klum in 2017, in Eastern Ladakh in 2020. So we feel that our main, in fact, one of our earlier defense ministers said that China is our enemy number one in future. So we are studying quite a lot about PLA, and we have to understand what PLA has and what are the main problems of PLA. Because tomorrow, if we have to go for a war with them, we should know PLA. And PLA is contrary to what many people say. In my opinion, PLA is not that tough an army as it seems.
So
Right?
the Indian Army as an organization has been studying about the PLA
Yes, we have
extensively.
been extensively. We have been studying. Personally, I have studied the PLA for the past 39 years. The first time I started learning seriously about the PLA was when I served on the India-China border, and I saw the PLA soldiers across the border. So, and we used to deal with them. And from then, I have an interest in everything about PLA and China.
You said 30 years ago?
39 years back.
39 years ago?
Yeah.
Which ranking were you in?
I was at 39 years back when I first got commissioned and I joined the army. I was a second lieutenant, the junior most officer. And those days, I was posted in Sikkim, right, which borders Tibet. And, that was a time when the PLA were across the border. We used to see them regularly. We used to deal with them also.
So however,
after that, I've served in Arunachal Pradesh along the line of actual control. I've served in Ladakh. I've served in the Far East. I've served for some time in Bhutan also. So I have dealt with the PLA in great detail many times.
So have you ever participated in the operation against China?
No, I have not participated in operations against China, because most of the operations against China really started after I retired. Till then, our border was quite peaceful. We used to see them. We used to speak to them and all that. But there were no problems. I retired in 2016. The first major problem we had with China was in 2017 at Doklam, near Sikkim, when they tried to when our troops stopped them. Then, of course, the next major problem we had was in 2020. So these happened afterwards. But having said that, we understand a lot of dealings we've had with the PLA, and we know how to deal with them.
Well, would you tell me what really happened in 2020? The official announcement said that just 4 PLA soldiers were killed, while Indians casualties 20. Is that correct?
It's not correct. Personally, it's not correct.